What is up, everybody? And welcome once again to the Unrelated Sports Podcast. I'm Captain Bighead. Oh, sorry, I can't even say this with a straight face. I'm Captain Bighead, Andy McConnell. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Cody Allstat. Cody, how are we?
I'm doing great. I feel like I'm not the person that people are going to be laughing at right now, so that's a good look for me. You look like the dude from Spaceballs.
Okay, never seen the movie.
I'm sure of course you've never seen the movie, but Mel Brooks, fantastic.
So for those not watching us on YouTube, I got a very big helmet from work today. I think it's David's sunflower seeds or whatever. I feel like, back in the day, I think it was like NBA, maybe, or not NBA, MLB, like 2K5 or 2K6. You used to have a cheat code where you could have big heads. Like the players have big heads.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what I feel like right now.
It is very noticeable. I'll say that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's also like I don't know, you almost sound better. And that takes it off.
Yep, I'm taking it off now.
My brother works for David Sunflower Seed, or he works for ConAgra Foods in Waterloo, and they make the David Sunflower Seeds. And last night I had a handful of them, or a bag of them, between the hours of about 1:30 a.m. till 3 a.m. when I was driving home. And they really helped to stay up at night. Like, he gave me that idea, and I was like, I'd never used that. It was the easiest middle of the night drive I've had in a long time.
Well, good. Cody, don't you know nothing good happens after 2 a.m.? You're not supposed to be awake that long.
I shouldn't have, but you know what? We made it home, so...
So, tell the people, why were you out that late?
So, I have a bit of an obsession, and my brother, also with me, Brian, me and him, one of the first things that we ever really connected on, because he's 8 years older than me, was our love of the band Stained. And a shout out to Rearview Mirror out of Cresco. That was another band that we also both loved. But Stained has become like something that in the last few years we've gone to. This was our second Stained concert, and the lead singer of Stained, his name is Aaron Lewis. We've been to 3 of his concerts in the last couple of years too. So the lead singer there is fantastic. Aaron Lewis, he's my favorite artist, and it's my favorite band. So we went to Des Moines to a really cool, Waukee actually has a new place that they built just for music. I can't remember, I think Vibrant Theater or something. I'd have to look it up, but last night was Tim Montana, who has opened for Aaron Lewis before. I recognized that from when we went to him in Wisconsin Dells. And then Saint Sonia, who I had never heard of. I don't listen to the radio a lot. It's mostly Spotify, so and Apple Podcasts and YouTube.
Nice. Nice.
But Saint Sonia, the lead singer, was the lead singer from 3 Days Grace, who was a band I really liked. So they played some of their songs too, which was awesome. And then Seether, who play some great music, but they have a weird show, man. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Their lead singer, he stood off to the left, like in the dark the whole time. He did not, like, usually your lead singer's up front, middle. Not once. He didn't move. He just played his guitar and sang. But he was on the far left corner, like just hidden. It was strange, but great music. Yeah. It was very strange. I thought I was a strange guy, but he didn't like the spotlight that much, which is weird. Weird for a band, I guess, but especially the lead man.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Lewis rocked it as Stained. That was a fantastic show. We got done at about 10:30 there. Went out to B-Dubs in Des Moines, and then we drove home.
So what'd you have from B-Dubs? What'd you have from B-Dubs?
I, like a normal human being, had wings with ranch and I got some fries, and I actually have some leftovers right now. So it was a late night of eating them.
Okay.
My brother followed your footsteps, and he got a burger. But his wife and my wife both got wings like normal people.
I've never met your brother, but he sounds like a very nice person, a very wonderful person.
Oh, I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, no, that's a good response. That is a very good response.
I love him like a brother.
No, that's good. That's good. Hey, speaking of brothers, before I get divulging into just a little bit that happened on my weekend, I would like to give a shout out to my brother, Austin, or as you may know him as Austin, Andy's brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Over the weekend, while at a bachelor party in Wisconsin, Austin got a hole-in-one golfing. And this is not just a normal hole-in-one. This was a hole-in-one on a par 4, which is
incredible.
I mean, again,
on a bum knee.
Yeah, he just had a little procedure done on his knee too, not so long ago. So, shout out to Austin.
Bastard. Yeah, not jealous at all.
I know.
Got that's pretty sweet.
We got our very own Happy Gilmore in my family. Good for him.
I guess so. How long did you say it was?
I thought he said
275, 285.
Yeah, Austin. I apologize if I heard you wrong, but I thought he said either 275 or 285 yards.
We're gonna go with the 75 just because I don't want to give him any more credit than he deserves.
Okay.
I think it was 274, maybe 3.
Oh boy. But yeah, I can't even imagine how that would feel because I don't have power at all in the golf course, so I can't do that.
No, I mean I've hit it that far, but not accurately.
Now see, Sunday I did go golfing for the first time this year. The first 7 holes, not great. The next 8 holes, not bad. And then I thought I was gonna get a hole in myself on hole 9 in Kelmer, and just a little short of the green. Or not of the green of the hole.
Oh, it's still a great feeling just to see it tracking. It's like, is it? Did you at least make the birdie putt?
So moving on to the rest of my weekend. That answers the question.
Andy.
Yeah, Andy. As I told you, I left a lot of things short on my putt. And I left this one way short. It was maybe only an 8-foot putt, and I think I got halfway there. I didn't put, or maybe I got 3/4 of the way there. I did not put a lot of oomph into it.
That's all right.
My putt was cold.
I'll forgive you.
Okay, thank you.
I guess.
Thank you.
I know I played that course on Thursday or Friday of last weekend, it was my first time golfing in Iowa this year because I played in Missouri. But hole 2 of that was one of the worst holes I've had in a decade. I think I took a 12 on a par 5. It was.
That sounds like.
And it was awful. I could not get the ball to. I was swearing. My kids learned a bunch of words that they didn't need to. Nice. I was in a bad mood.
Hey, by the way.
But it got better.
By the way, you know how we've been talking about having our unrelated sports golf outing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ray said he will videotape us.
Oh, perfect.
So that's good. He can watch you beat me up on the golf course. So
we'll have to go to a course that neither of us are have ever been members at, which takes out Cresco and Ocean.
Okay, that's fair.
And Spirit Lake, I guess there's a course that I was a member there.
Okay.
So not that was really in the books. Harmony, maybe, or
well, we'll find.
Or Decorah has 2.
Yeah, we'll find a place.
Heck yeah.
We'll find a place. And then all of America here can, watch us, more so me, suck on a golf course.
I think they'll find plenty of sucking. Yeah. That sounds wrong.
That is very wrong. Okay, so moving on. You know what did not suck this weekend? I'm going to give a little love to racing, just all racing in general, not just motorsports. How about horse racing? The
Kentucky Derby.
The 150th Run for the Roses was over the weekend. I feel bad because I fell asleep. I took a little nap and I didn't wake up in time to watch the end of it.
But, that sucks.
I know. But I think it was Mystic Dan. I think that's the horse's name. Won in a 3-wide photo finish.
That's awesome.
Never happened, or maybe it's happened once before in the history of the Kentucky Derby. Absolute chaos.
That's fun.
Like, again, you remember that NASCAR finish from Atlanta that I showed you earlier in the year? Like, it looked straight out of a Cars movie.
Yep.
That's exactly what
Another
this
one
is
just
like.
like that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
If only the middle horse would have been sticking its tongue out. I think it could have, but if now, I think I know the answer to this, but I got to ask you: if you're the horses, do you really think they know what's going on at any point of this?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think they just know run fast. Like, that's it. It's just run until they tell us to stop.
Yeah, that's fair. Just run until you stop getting whipped, basically.
Yep, basically.
Yep, okay. Yeah, that would. That'd be crazy.
It's a weird sport, but there's a lot of money involved in it. At least the what is it? The 3 races.
The Triple Crown. Yeah, the Kentucky
Triple
Derby,
Crown,
the Preakness Stakes, and the Belmont Stakes.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you think should I become a jockey? I mean, I got the small, slender frame.
I don't think you got it.
You don't think I do?
I don't think you're small enough. They're tiny little people.
No, that is true. I think they're like.
And you filled all of that big hat, so.
That is true. I'm busting that thing out one more time at some point today. But yeah.
I don't think you got it.
So, just continue with the little racing theme. I mean, we had a little upset in Miami over the weekend as well.
Heck yeah. First time, ever at the Miami race that Max Verstappen did not win it.
Yeah, and this time, and it wasn't even because he wrecked. He just...
No.
Well, kind of due to safety car, Lando Norris was able to pit and kind of gain track position over Max, but he still outran Max by 8 seconds over the last run of the race.
Yeah, impressive. Because that was the first time all year that Verstappen has finished a race and not won it.
Correct. And what a way for Lando to get his first career win too.
Yeah, I saw his 111th race or something like that in F1, and he finally got his.
And I will say, Lando, very popular among the F1 crowd, and especially among F1 fans. Just, young, good-looking, charismatic, young guy. British accent always helps. It always tends to help things.
Yeah.
But
I've been trying to get one. It hasn't helped me at all. But mine also sounds more like I'm. It starts off kind of Western, and it ends up more Irish, so it doesn't really work.
I think mine goes from British to a little Irish to a little Scottish, and then we just
nice.
Maybe even throw a little Australian in there too. It's we cover everything. We cover everything when I try to do impressions.
Except for what we're trying to do.
Exactly. But yeah, good. Shout out to Lando Norris. Good for him. And this was actually
that's pretty sweet.
And surprisingly, and now this part of it because the NASCAR race was delayed like 3 hours due to rain. But this is the first time Formula One actually outdrew NASCAR, like in TV ratings.
That's huge.
Yeah. I'm curious if this will carry over to whenever F1's next race is. But
the Miami race is kind of one of the biggest ones anymore, right? It's a newer race, but it's in Miami.
Yeah.
It's scenic. Yeah. There's beautiful people in the crowd every time.
And an international flair, which Miami has. Yeah. So, I would say probably the 3 biggest races are the most prestigious on the F1 calendar. Probably Miami, Monaco, and then probably Vegas. Now.
Oh, really?
Vegas.
Okay.
Just because Vegas has all the flair and everything, just because it's Vegas. Monaco is the staple of the F1 schedule, and then Miami is this new shiny, just toy. At least with the American public.
Which if I remember right, the first year the drivers were not very happy with it, but I haven't heard as many things. They must have fixed some of the issues on the track, or
I think part
or
of
is it just new?
I think part of it's because it's new. I think part of it, especially even last year, they were having some issues with just some of the stuff they had to do for driver intros. I think part of it's they're becoming spoiled. I'm going to be honest, the drivers are probably becoming spoiled a little bit of they think now they're they're too big of megastars to be able to have to do little things like this. But maybe just a little bit of humble pie might help.
Yeah, it could help them in their ratings too. A little bit of humbleness.
And again, with having at least somebody maybe that can contend against Max, maybe if Lando can make it at least interesting week, maybe not necessarily week to week, but bi-weekly.
Yeah, I think it gets boring watching the same person win over and over and over again, especially when it's not close. Like, I think even because even like Tiger, when he was at his best, he didn't win every event. Like
Exactly. And
he just won the majors.
And he did it with a flair. Like Max is more
Yeah.
of just, I'm just gonna beat you and beat you down and beat you down hard, and then I'll just
Which
win.
like you can't ask for more than that,
No,
really. But
I
like
mean, that's what you want as a race car driver.
as the competitor,
Yeah, your goal is just to win every race, and doesn't matter by how little or by how far. It's just win at all costs.
don't matter if you win by an inch or by a mile.
So speaking of winning by an inch, though, the NASCAR race over the weekend had the closest finish ever in NASCAR history.
Okay, was that the point like zero? Oh, I did see
0.00. Gotta make sure I got the zeros right. Yep, 001. So 1,000th. And heck, I think they're even rounding up like that. I think it was probably 0.000, like probably 6, even if that.
I did see some like somebody, was it the guy that got second, was saying that like the line wasn't straight, and that might have been part of the issue, or in his eyes.
Some people were complaining, like Chris Buescher, who came in second to Kyle Larson. Some of his crew wasn't necessarily happy because of, yes, for some reason at Kansas, I don't know when they were repainting the start finish line. At the bottom of the track, the line is like painted out wider than, or no, it's shorter than it is when you get up the track. So you have less distance to go when you get up the track. But that's, I'm trying to think the right way how to say this. That start finish line, it's actually just for us on TV. That's not the official line. Like NASCAR has a kind of like with the Kentucky Derby, how like at the Kentucky Derby, people always thought maybe the start finish line was like the last pole that they have before they get into the next turn, but it's actually a little mirror. So that's how they were able to tell who won the 3-wide finish. Well, NASCAR they more have a high-speed camera set up on pit road looking straight at the start-finish line. And that's actually the true start-finish line.
Okay. Well, like, I mean, it's just like in football with like the yellow line is unofficial. Not official.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
The driver should know that.
It's more accurate than not. Like, same thing with the start-finish lines. Like, they're more accurate than not, but yeah, that was, I mean, Kansas has put on a very good show the last 3 years, like, just in terms of pure racing and stuff, and then to have a finish like that, it's just cherry on top.
Yeah, that's going to draw people to the sport.
Yeah. Well, and it helps that...
At least for the last few laps.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it does help that Kyle Larson wins, and Larson he's a guy that'll basically run anything from pavement to, he'll even go just run a local dirt track. Like, he's probably running a dirt track tonight, in all honesty.
Wow.
He just loves to race. But
yep.
He's kicking off. This is a good way for him to kick off his month of May, because he's going to be competing in the Indianapolis 500 at the end of Memorial Day weekend. So it's like, yeah, he's fast in anything. So this is a good way for him to kick off his momentum into the month of May.
That's good. It's a good start.
And
good finish.
That's true. So you know who else off to a good start? The Minnesota Timberwolves. I know we do not talk much NBA on here. I know I say that every time when we're talking about basketball. But my gosh, they're a fun team to watch.
Yeah, I actually we had some people over on the weekend, and one of them was a Timberwolves fan, and so we found ourselves watching some of it, and I was somewhat impressed. By a basketball game, which doesn't happen.
That takes a lot. And
so they've got some players.
They do. And I mean, their star player is Anthony Edwards, who, if I'm the NBA, that's the guy I'm putting all my eggs into that basket of. He's going to be the next, like, they're going to market him like the next LeBron, basically. Like, he's your next golden boy.
He's the player of the generation. I mean, I don't know. LeBron was, I think Steph Curry kind of had taken him, or I guess Steph Curry was the most recent to me, I guess. Yep. LeBron probably before him. Kobe, MJ, Larry Bird. I don't know. Like, I don't. Hey, there's got to be off face of the face of the sport.
Yeah, especially with LeBron and Steph getting ready to kind of usher their way out of the league in the next few years. Yeah, Anthony Edwards, very fun to watch, and he kind of has that kind of Kobe Mamba mentality of win, and I'm going to kill you when I win. Like he's
Yeah.
kind of like that.
And I like that he did like they kind of tried to make the MJ comparisons already, and he kind of shot those down.
Yeah, which again, that's
Which
there's only
you
one
don't want to
MJ.
be compared to somebody. Well, there's only one MJ, and there's only one Edwards. Like
Yeah,
you don't want to be when you're that good. You don't want to be the next Michael Jordan. You want to be the
the next you. It's like Mahomes.
yes,
I mean,
yeah,
they're saying who's going to be like the next Brady or the next Manning. It's like no, right now I think you're kind of trying to look of who's going to unseat the next Mahomes. Like it's
right. And there's nobody. It's Mahomes is what he is.
Yep.
Somebody else is going to come and change the game in another way.
Yep.
Like that's what you want to see.
And
that's how they grow.
I will say good for Minnesota though, because they're fans in all sports. As I like to make fun of the Vikings fans a lot, but their fans have suffered so much heartbreak. It's actually good for them.
Aren't you a Twins fan?
Yeah, we have our own heartbreak issues, but those don't happen for another 6 months. So I'm not. I'm waiting on that.
Fair.
Because
it's kind of strange. I never really put it together. You're really all over the board with your teams.
Yes, I am.
Because and you're so diehard on all of them. Because I know a lot of people I know some people that are all diehard. My brother's a diehard Detroit fan across the board. I'm a diehard Dolphins fan where I'm starting to get into the Panthers, which helps with their actually doing really good.
Yeah.
I'm going to consider myself a Miami Marlins fan, which is not something I should be doing because they are the worst team in baseball.
My condolences there.
Yeah. What other sports are there? And I'm not going to be a Miami college football fan by any means. But
you want to be part of the U? It's all about the U.
No, I'm going to stick with Texas and Iowa.
Hook 'em.
Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I don't. Aside from liking Green Bay or liking the Packers and liking the Twins, that's the only Midwest connection. Other than that, yeah, I like the Sonics and whenever we come back in basketball, and that's in the Northwest.
Oh yeah.
And then
Miami Heat. I'm a Heat fan, I guess.
Heat culture. That's all you got. Just repeat that. And
I do like their coach.
Oh, Eric Spoelstra? Yeah.
Yeah.
His story is actually kind of awesome. The fact that he used to be in the video room basically before he got promoted to the coaching staff, and now he's one of the best coaches in the NBA today.
And yeah, Miami's got some good coaches in that area. Like him and McDaniel are both top guys, really.
That is true.
Like Mike McDaniel's got some swag.
I saw. And Spoelstra does too. He has his own swag too. That's pretty cool.
And they speak for each other. They've had each other go to their locker rooms and speak to their players before. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. And then I guess we'll shift to. I'll talk a little bit about my last team that I like. Big Dallas Stars fan here, which again makes no sense of how I like all the teams from everywhere across the board.
Right.
It really makes no sense. But my Stars one had a big Game 7 win on Sunday night. That closed out my Sunday. Got rid of Vegas. I hate Vegas so bad.
Heck yeah.
They're probably number 2 on my hate rankings. Minnesota's number 1. Vegas is 2. And now who Dallas is having to play right now is number 3, and that is Colorado. I hate the Avalanche with a passion too.
They had a very good game last night. I was watching that when I was at B-Dubs.
The first 4 minutes of the game was fun for me. Dallas went up 3-0 right away, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is great. Except here's the only problem: Dallas, in the 2 meetings that they had to play Colorado at home this year, they had 3-goal leads. They didn't hang on to either of them.
Well, how'd they do last night?
Consistency is key.
Make that 3 for 3.
Yeah, 3 for 3 where Colorado gets 2 goals in the second, a Nate McKinnon goal in the third, and then a breakaway goal to win the game in overtime. But hey,
yep.
The undercurrent coach Pete DeBoer, Dallas has never won a game 1 in his 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. So they've been in 5 series under DeBoer the last 2 years. Never won game 1.
That is crazy.
And 4 of them, I believe, are overtime losses. or at least three.
Yeah,
I mean, at least three. I'm pretty sure four. But that's how.
Because overtime is it's sudden victory, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So I know my Panthers lost game 1 against the Boston Bruins, which hurts me because like there's that connection of I don't like the Boston area.
I don't think anybody does, do they?
I mean, as a Miami fan, I hate the Patriots.
What did the Patriots
Miami
ever do to you? What did the Patriots ever do to you?
Miami let's see. The Heat and the Celtics. Like the Celtics just took out the Heat this in the playoffs in basketball. See, I know some basketball.
I am surprised.
Very little.
I'm surprised.
You were gonna say that you were gonna say earlier that you were surprised that I knew that many basketball stars.
I was. You could see my face.
Yes. I could have named a few more, like Muggsy Bogues. He was in Space Jam.
Thank you.
And he was.
Shout out to the small guys.
Actually,
shout out to Muggsy.
I was a fan of him, and when I was a kid, because we were the same height when I was in like 7th grade.
Nice.
And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But and then now we're playing the Boston Bruins, and game 1 did not go Miami's way. I think it was 6-1 blowout, and Panthers.
Yeah,
Panthers scored first in that one, and then I saw that the goalie for the Bruins had 38 saves.
Yeah, their goalie, I can't think of his name. It's gonna bug me because I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But yeah, he's been playing very good.
Something Vitch, I'm guessing. And then tonight I just got the notification. I was watching a little bit of it before the podcast started. The Panthers went up 6-1, and hey, it had a record-setting amount. I think it was 148 penalty minutes combined in that game. So
that must have been when the fight that you and I saw right before we hopped.
Yeah.
A lot of game misconduct there.
Another 6-1. This one was a 6-1 Panthers win. So I think the overall score is tied between the two games, and
the series is tied. Look at that.
So let's go.
Gotta love playoff hockey. Hey, I will say though, going back to Sunday,
it's fun.
Whoever said that Game 7 is the 2 best words in all sports, they lied. Because when you're a fan of one of the teams involved, it is the 2 worst words in all sports. Because then your heart is just pumping out of your chest the whole day.
That's true.
I don't like lying.
That is very true. But like I've never been a fan. It's getting weird where I'm actually caring about this at all.
I'm rubbing off on you.
You are, and I don't like it.
That's right. Oh, so Jeremy Swayman, by the way, is Boston's goalie.
Okay.
He's the guy who's been basically standing on his head and making goals. Or making saves. Sorry, not making goals.
Yeah. Stopping goals.
Yeah.
He's been very good. Let's see.
So you know who else is good? Lionel Messi.
Yeah. He set another record this week. I don't know if it was just an MLS record, but it was a 6-2 victory. He had a goal and 5 assists, which he had. The records he set were the most, or having a 5 assist game, and also having a 5 assist half.
He had it in a half.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he might have a future at this soccer thing. Just
yeah. The weird thing is that like he's like a year older than me.
Really?
I think so.
See, I will admit that is kind of nuts when you're looking at some of these guys' ages. Even some of like when I'm seeing some of the hockey players, and like Dallas has a kid named Wyatt Johnston who's not even 21 yet. He's not 21 for another week.
That's gross.
And he's their leading scorer right now.
Okay, he was born Lionel Messi. I don't know how to.
That's good.
Was born June 24th of 1987. So he's like 2 months younger than me.
Oh my gosh. How's that make you feel, Cody?
I'm gonna go to bed.
What are
Just
you
gonna go to bed right now.
What are you doing with your life? What have you been doing with your
Well,
life?
I'm talking about him.
Okay,
So
well,
basically,
okay, good.
I'm helping him become more famous.
Okay, good. Because I think he needs the recognition and the notoriety.
He does.
So.
I did like it was kind of funny when one of the Dolphins beat writers that I follow, he's a very controversial one for the Dolphins, Omar Kelly. He kind of said when Messi was coming to Miami, like he's going to come to a city that nobody's going to know who he is. I don't think he was right on that. Like I think
no,
he's pretty recognizable. Like I mean, he does look like he would fit in the city of Miami just by looks alone. Like
yeah,
but
if you think too, remember Miami, very international.
There's an aura there.
Yeah, and a very international feel where I think people know who he is.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was wrong.
I think he has that kind of aura around him, kind of like maybe MJ, where when he's around, you kind of know, oh, yeah, that's him.
There's gonna be people flocking there.
Yeah.
I mean, like one of my friends was just. Yeah, one of my friends was just like talking to me about how he would work out at like the gym in Decorah, and like Josie Jewell, who is from Decorah, plays for the Panthers now, was a Bronco, Hawkeye.
Broncos country, let's ride.
He was a Hawkeye stud, the outlaw. He would come to work out at that place, and he said like people would just be like flocking to him the whole time, and it's like I don't like that. Like just let him be.
Yeah, like I've heard NASCAR drivers have been like that too. Like I mean, they're fine if you maybe after they're done, like if they see him at a restaurant, like if people want an autograph, like maybe just let them finish their food, and then like as they're maybe getting ready to head out, maybe you can ask for a quick picture and a quick autograph or whatever. But don't just go hound them when they're like mid bite, like having a meatball, for example, or whatever. It's
right.
Like, yeah, probably not the best time to do that.
Yeah, you gotta let people be. Like it'd be hard sometimes, but like you get starstruck. I get it, but those people also want their privacy or want their time.
Well, much
away.
Much like fullbacks, these celebrities are people too. So
yeah, even the ones I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. You mean like?
I mean, Tommy? You won't have to worry about me.
You mean like Tom Brady? Did you watch any of the roast that he had on Netflix?
Not yet.
Okay, I haven't watched it either.
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
I've heard some of it was good.
Yeah, like Nikki Glaser, I think she roasted him pretty great, and she was fantastic. And Tom Brady is a good sport, and said he had some pretty good lines. I saw one that was like, the NFL spent $20 million trying to figure out if I deflated the balls. If they just gave me the $20 million, I'd have told them it was me.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, I saw that. That was good. I did see somebody tried making a joke about Robert Kraft and the whole massage parlor thing, and he said, no, just that was the one. Like, it was more fine if they're making fun of him, but kind of leave that off the table.
Interesting, because they made some jokes about Aaron Hernandez, and they didn't stop those ones.
Well, and apparently Hernandez's ex-fiance wasn't happy with that, because of how it might make how Hernandez's daughter, I think he had a daughter, might see, but the light that she might eventually see her dad, and it's like, no, I think she's gonna find out exactly how the kind of guy that her dad was.
Yeah,
I don't think that's that hard to look at.
Kind of like OJ's kids, like
Yeah,
I'm like that. It's not right to like hate them or anything like that for the crimes of their fathers, but
like don't get me wrong, I feel bad for him in that sense of you have to live with that. But
that's gonna suck.
I did hear, and I don't know how much truth there was to this. I guess Gronk spiked a shot glass, and the glass might have hit some people, so he might. Yeah, so I don't know how much truth there is to that. I thought that was just a rumor I heard, so I don't know how much trouble he might get in for that. But, Gronk, never change, never change.
Nope. Oh, that's funny. The only other thing, actually, I got two things I want to talk about. The first one, wrestling. There was first of all, the last chance qualifier is this weekend. I think it either starts Thursday or Friday this week, and Spencer Lee got his draw. He has a very favorable draw, and you basically have to finish top 3 to qualify for the Olympics. So he has a very good shot. Hopefully he does it. And he took Drake Aiea with him to train, which is awesome of him because 2 years ago Drake Aiea and him were not very good friends. They wrestled at the Hawkeyes tournament, which is called the there's always the last 2 years there's been some fireworks at it from between Hawkeye teammates. This last year, the Soldier Salute, and this last year was when AJ Ferrari and Zach Glazier got in their match, and Ferrari flicked off the fans, and then it was either a year before or 2 years before. Drake Aiea, who had wrestled for the Hawkeyes the year that Spencer was injured, and then took a redshirt year. The next year, him and Spencer wrestled each other in the finals of that tournament, and Spencer pinned Drake and kind of flexed his muscles in front of him. And I know Drake Aieia's mom kind of went on Twitter saying some harsh stuff against Spencer.
Oh, come on.
And yeah, and so it's good to see them like buddies now and training together, because like that's going to be a great thing for Drake to have a world-class wrestler training against him.
Quick little side note, and we'll bring it back. What are your thoughts on that then? If somebody is flexing over like somebody if they pin them, like what are your thoughts on it?
I love it, honestly. Like it's raw emotion.
Yep.
Is all it is. Like especially if they like they shake their hand right afterwards and all that type of stuff. Like you still have to treat them respect, but like you're gonna be pumped after the biggest moments in your career. Like, okay. So I have no problem with it, and he just wanted to show him that he's still the king of that room, I think. But anyway, and Drake ended up getting second this last year at the NCAA, so he's following up in his footsteps pretty well. Zane Rutherford he wrestled for the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club. He did not draw a very favorable draw for the 65 kilograms. He's going to have his work cut out for him to qualify the weight for the Olympics. So I'm rooting for him. I would, Team USA all the way. Even if he does wrestle for the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, once they become American wrestlers or Team USA, I'm rooting for him all the way. Mm-hmm. Like even Aaron Brooks, I'm rooting for him. Another thing is Carter Starachi, who was a 4-time NCAA champ for the Nittany Lions. He announced that he's coming back for his COVID year, and he's bumping up to 197. So he's going to try to be the first and only wrestler to win 5 NCAA championships.
Wasn't Spencer Lee going to try? Wasn't he trying for that and then he didn't get hurt?
No.
Okay, my bad.
No, he was just going to do a 4 and done.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah, that he came back for that 4th year just to get the 4th one, but there's I don't know if Aaron Brooks has the chance to do that, but he's not doing it. He's focusing on the freestyle, and I think Starachi, maybe if he would have made the Olympic team, he might have done the same, but since he doesn't, he's kind of an idiot, but like he's a great wrestler, but he said some things that are like shut your mouth. But Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, though, is going to lose 1 or 2 of their best wrestlers. David Taylor, who was the number 1 pound-for-pound wrestler, won 2 NCAA championships for the Nittany Lions, announced this week that he is taking over for John Smith in Oklahoma City for Oklahoma State University as their next head wrestling coach. Sending shockwaves through the wrestling world. One, that he's just going right from that to being a head coach, because like even Dan Gable and Cale Sanderson had 2 and 4 years of being assistant head coaches. So that's going to be crazy. Nittany Lion Wrestling Club is at least losing him in their club, in their training facility. I've been hearing some rumors that Thomas Gilman, who used to wrestle for the Hawkeyes, has been wrestling for the Nittany Lions, is also going to be joining him as an assistant. And it's going to change the way that recruiting happens. I mean, some of those kids are going to. David Taylor was probably somebody they wanted to train with, and now he's going to be. And I mean, he's been the best wrestler in the United States for the last few years. People are going to want to train with him. Want to go to his. So Oklahoma State's going to become. Not that they ever weren't a powerhouse, but they're going to get better again. We don't know that he's going to be a great coach. That's still up in the air, but people are going to want to wrestle with him. So it's a good move by them, I guess.
How do you think that's gonna work? Just going strictly from.
There's going to be a learning curve.
Coaching.
I think there's going to be a big curve, and I think there's going to be issues. I think there's also been issues in Nittany Lion Wrestling Club. I mean, there's issues in everywhere. He's one of the best competitors, and he's learned in one of the best environments that there is in wrestling. So I think that will help him a lot in the next coming years. And it's just going to depend on, one, how much Oklahoma State will help him and how much his coaching staff that he brings in will help. But I think that Oklahoma State's not going away anytime soon. And I'm going to say that Iowa needs to figure out how to compete because they just got a new team fighting against them hard. They're going to be that much harder to recruit against. I'm guessing there's going to be some people that are going to go there, like decommit from other schools that have been committed. Like probably going to be some people that committed to the Nittany Lions that are probably going to be like, you know what, I'm going to go with David Taylor. So
for Iowa,
David Taylor was actually one of the kids that came from. If I remember right, he was one of the kids that came from. He was at Iowa State with Cale Sanderson, and he transferred to Penn State with Cale when he went there.
Okay. Like for Iowa's sake, do you think it's anything like, and this been talked about with Iowa's football program and with their basketball program too? Do you think it's more they just need to up the NIL game with some of these wrestlers to try to get them to come?
I don't think so, because I think maybe a little bit. They probably have the second strongest NIL game in wrestling, at least.
Okay.
Nittany Lions has more, I believe. But I think they just need to. I think they need to refresh their assistants. I think some of the assistants are getting stale.
Gotcha.
I think. I honestly, I'd read some things or rumors that Iowa had pursued David Taylor a little bit as an assistant head coach or assistant coaching, but obviously he got a better offer from them, which is also University of North Carolina had a great coach with Kevin Coleman, and he left North Carolina. Kind of people were assuming that he was going to be getting the Oklahoma State job, and he's an alumni of there, and he worked with John Smith. And now, what's going to happen with him? Like, where's he going to go? Because he's not going to go somewhere that he thought he's going. He's not going to go from a head coach to an assistant coach. Yeah. I don't think. Maybe, but and then something else. Oh, like there's going to be other. I'm guessing there's a couple other guys that are going to become like Iowa needs to go shoot hard after a guy like Kyle Dake as an assistant head coach, or Jordan Burroughs, who might want to go back to Nebraska, but there's going to be more offers for they're going to have. There's going to be a lot of places offering these people, so they're going to have to be willing to pay and get these guys so that they can keep their program up.
I gotcha.
Iowa fans are not patient with wrestling, that like they are in football.
They shouldn't be patient with football either.
They shouldn't be, but
stuff getting stale. But
it's gonna be very interesting. And there's a couple NIL. There's some rumors, some some transfers that are supposedly coming to Iowa, but that might be getting shaken up with the coaching staff change in Okie State. So
Okay.
we'll see how that pans out. The other news that I had that was non-wrestling is, I don't know if you've seen this, about one of the writers for the Indiana Fever is not allowed in the
like basically
get to the games, basically.
Yeah, because I think his name is Greg Doyle, I believe is what the name is.
Yep.
I think during Caitlin Clark's introductory press conference, you know how Taylor does Taylor's, I think it's a Taylor Swift heart, right? Isn't that what it is? And I think he asked her if she could do that to him, like, what is it, during games or something, or after games or something, or maybe during press conference.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's very inappropriate, and I guess he's done stupid stuff before. I can't remember exactly what in the heck it was, but he's done some stupid stuff before with comments and stuff, and it's like, yeah.
That was like he's still going to be covering them, but he's not allowed at any of their games.
Yeah, which is understandable, completely understandable.
Yeah, a little inappropriate.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I saw some Caitlin. I don't know if it was after practice or this was like maybe somebody's asking before either her first preseason game or maybe before like their first home preseason game. Somebody said, like, quote, "Is Bay going to be there?" referring to her boyfriend Connor McCaffrey. It's like, why? Just why ask that?
Yeah, people are not smart.
No.
So what you said his name was Greg Boyle?
Greg
I think
Doyle.
Yes. Greg Doyle. I'm gonna have to say he is the pest of the week, and the pest of the week is brought to you by Decor Pest Control. Call Cass at 563-419 for 3251. He sprays for insects, treats for mice and rats, offers monthly and quarterly services, and he inspects for wood-eating insects. Maybe he'll spray Doyle.
Did we just come up with a new segment? I actually
maybe
like that.
I don't know.
That's actually pretty creative. I like that.
Pest of the week.
Yeah, we might have to keep that. I like that.
Yeah.
What?
Tell Cass that Cody and Andy sent you.
Look at you. You're becoming all professional in the podcast game here.
Wow.
I'm proud of you.
What do you mean becoming? I have been a professional since day one.
Okay. Well, so Cody, yes, we're going to want to stay professional here. You want to talk about football?
I thought you'd never ask.
So, did you hear that the Dallas Cowboys signed a new center over the past week since we've been here?
I know I did see something about Ewok from Star Wars going there, though. Are you talking about the same guy?
Yeah, I think we are.
Oh. Ezekiel Elliott back
in Dallas. Wow. Just wow. How do you think that's going to go?
I think it's a publicity signing. I don't think he's got much left in him.
I saw that so they're paying Zeke $9 million. They're paying him $3. I think I saw it. It's $3 from the current contract, and they're still on the book for $6 million from when he was initially on Dallas.
Oh my God!
That's the same amount of money that Derrick Henry signed with with the Ravens.
Baltimore.
They're paying him $9 million.
I think I'd rather pay the $9 million to Derrick Henry. That's just me.
I would too, especially for a center who can't even block. I mean,
that was fantastic.
Yes, it was.
One of the worst trick plays ever.
I'm going to say the execution was bad. I completely understand what they were trying to do. They just should have actually had all skill position guys out there, though. The problem is that they put the linemen all out there too, which I never understood. Like, if you're going to run that play, just put all your wideouts in corners, and then maybe you can have a quarterback on there too, if you really want to. If not, just load up speed. But that's
that was funny.
But yeah, that was bad. That was really bad.
That was awful.
What else is awful? Rashee Rice, Chiefs' second year wide receiver. That boy's in trouble again.
Yeah, he might not play football again.
No, he's trying to end his career basically. He's under investigation for allegedly hitting a photographer at a club on Monday night in Dallas.
Yep.
Which happens to also be the area where he got caught in the little drag racing incident. Yeah. What I see. This is the thing that infuriates me the most is these guys have such world-class talent, and it just becomes a waste.
Yeah, because like how many people do you know would kill for that talent and just they have it and they're blowing it.
I know. I mean, especially just coming off of a Super Bowl victory where you were probably an instrumental piece of them winning because Mahomes actually liked you. And now it's
no. I mean, it's a lot like Henry Ruggs, like there's not to the same extent because what Ruggs did was way worse.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, they're just basically just throwing away their life for, and who knows? I don't know. I saw at least for the car incident that Rice was maybe only going to get 8 games max. The NFL is not consistent with their penalties at all, so
no,
he might even just get a slap on the wrist for this, depending on how bad it actually
That's
is.
True. That's very true.
Yeah, that is still probably my only complaint about Roger Goodell, and just the way how he handles all that type of off the field stuff. There's no consistency to that at all.
Yeah, I've grown to like him more than I used to,
definitely.
But the inconsistency on like how they discipline players is ridiculous. They need to. I don't know what they need to set a standard of somehow, but definitely be harsher on some things and way less harsh on others.
Yep, exactly.
But
and then just came out yesterday that the NFL schedule is going to be released a week from today. So today's the 8th. It'll be out Wednesday the 15th.
Yeah, we were kind of thinking it was going to be out tomorrow, but which would be the day that this podcast is probably released.
Yeah, either tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how long technology wants to cooperate with me tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah. Other than that,
what else is happening in the world? The Dolphins signed OBJ.
Oh, yeah.
As their number 3 wide out.
I think that's a very good signing.
I do too. I think as a number 3, it's $3 million, 8.25 in up to 8.25 in incentives, and behind last year, Tyreek Hill had like 135 yard average per game. Jalen Waddle had like 75, something around there. And then their next like highest average was Durham Smythe, their tight end, with like 22 yards per game. So there's some inconsistency up the top end. Like they had those 2 guys and then not a lot else. So they've gotten some good number 2 or 3, 4 options. Beckham. They got Jonnu Smith. So as the tight end, can definitely get some yak. I'm excited to see what happens with their new scheme.
Well, and I will say, I mean, OBJ, the majority of his career, with the exception of the catch that he made against Dallas, the one that he's famous for as a rookie, most of his damage has been done inside, like just on slants and everything. So now you put him inside as a true number 3 and let him eat.
With one of the, if not the best slant thrower in football.
Yeah.
I mean, Tua throws a beautiful slant.
Yeah, like
say what you want against him, but that and OBJ is great on those timing routes, which Tua does great with timing routes. So
the thing is, I think this will be nice for OBJ. The fact of in Baltimore, I can't remember how many years he's been in Baltimore. It was at least last year, but where he was basically their number 1 option, with the exception of Mark Andrews. So this will be nice where he has actually other weapons where, don't get me wrong, he likes to get the ball, but I think he likes to win more. So
and he'll get the opportunity to not be double teamed as often as he had been. So it'll be cool to see that. I did see the Titans signed a good number 3 wideout too.
Was it Scotty Miller?
No.
Or did he go to Atlanta?
Maybe.
Scotty Miller might have went to Atlanta. But Yeah, no, I really do like that move for Miami.
Boyd?
Oh, Tyler Boyd. Yeah.
Tyler Boyd. Yeah.
Which is, it's good, but at the same point, I don't get what Tennessee's trying to do. You trade away A.J. Brown a couple years ago. You get DeAndre Hopkins, and now I've heard they're trying to trade is it Trayvon Burke, whoever their other like top tier wideout. It's like I think they're just trying to be stuck in the cycle of mediocrity, with maybe an occasional good season every now and then.
Yeah, especially now that they don't have their team in Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and again, it's what some franchises do. They have no direction on where they're going. And it's how you stay irrelevant for most years, minus maybe the one spurt every now and again. So yeah.
What else has happened in the NFL world?
Honestly, I mean, they had rookie camp started, which I mean, like talking to there. That's kind of about it, though. I mean, it's kind of, again, we're for about probably the next month or so. It's going to be kind of quiet along the whole NFL realm of.
Yeah. It's the draft is over. There's not a whole lot. You're going to see post June 1st. You'll see some signings because some teams get some more money with their June 1st cap, or they get some of the teams like release a player that was big against the books. Like the Dolphins are supposed to get like $18 million off their books in June. So from the Xavier Howard cut.
Yeah. And then, I mean, then you get closer to training camp, and then that's when some of the vets will probably start signing. Like maybe David Montgomery will sign with somebody, maybe New York. Yeah. Probably not New York, but you never know. It's just a quiet time of the year for football wise, with the exception of new college football game that will be coming out hopefully very, very soon. We'll get there eventually.
It better be. We're hoping to see a trailer soon, a true trailer.
Yeah, maybe within the next couple of weeks. Yeah. So, yeah, that's about where we're at.
Yeah. So let's see. You had that big head with no thoughts. What?
Yeah, big head. Big head with big thoughts. That's what we got.
Oh, big thoughts. Yeah, I thought it was big head, no thoughts.
No, big head, big thoughts.
Okay.
Don't I look great? Don't I look great?
It does help your looks, definitely. You should use that when you're trying to talk to women, if you ever do.
I knew I was setting myself up for something there. I saw that. I could see that coming, like Tua against Green Bay a couple years ago. I could see that coming, and then I was just ready to pick it off.
You mean after his concussion?
Yes, after his concussion. Yes, when Jair just kind of saw the ball go over Tyreek's head and gave just an all-time soundbite.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I know. I thought it was too. I had a very Merry Christmas that day.
Yeah. I hope you choke on the chicken bone.
Well, joke's on you. I did not have chicken at all.
So are we gonna do our top 5?
We will. And like always, our weekly top 5 is brought to you by Lick Take Lawn Care. And especially now that we're getting rain, grass is growing. I finally mowed our lawn the first time on Monday. It actually turned out really good, I must say. I'm very proud of myself.
Good.
So, how about you? How many times have you mowed so far?
Twice.
Okay.
My backyard grows thick, and that's where the kids like to play. So that we have a swing set there, so I have to make sure that gets mowed down pretty good. Then I got neighbors, so you got to keep up with the Joneses there,
and you got to try to make your lawn look better than theirs.
For sure.
That's always rule number 1.
But like I think it seems to me like my neighbor wants to take over some of my yard for mowing, which I don't really care. The less I have to mow, I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
Like it's not my yard anyway. It's my landlord's. So.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all the same. It's all good.
You mow and I'm still gonna play. Like my kids are still gonna play on it. I don't. Whatever.
Yeah. So okay. So what do we got for top 5?
So, in reference to, I went to a Stained concert last night, and that got me thinking of music and like which albums did you listen to the most growing up? I actually have a list of 7. I'm gonna give my top 5 with 2 kind of two that I listened to a lot growing up, but I don't think they were as important as the other 5 to me. I guess the soundtracks of my adolescence,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay. So start us off.
You're good with that?
Yeah. Yep. Start us
Okay.
off.
So my top 2 that aren't in my top 5 are Clint Black's greatest hits. I was a big Clint Black fan as a kid. That was one I listened to on repeat at night going to bed. Like the Rain that was on that album was one of my favorite all time songs. Still is. And the other one, I had it in my top 5 before it clicked that there was one that I missed was Dr. Dre's The Chronic album. I used to listen to that on the school bus on my Walkman every day on the way to school. When I was on it just, one, it made me not have to talk to some of the weirdos on my bus, and 2, it was just a great album.
Nice.
Had a lot of great artists, rappers that I don't listen to anymore, but at the time, I felt pretty cool.
Nice.
Do you have any?
Like honorable mentions?
Yep.
I did like Rodney Atkins. I think the album was actually Take a Back Road.
Ooh. Was that his first one?
I think it was. I don't really think
that was a great album.
I don't think he came out with a lot after that. In all honesty,
no. I've seen him live. He's fantastic.
That's good. That's good to know. And then there was a Rascal Flatts one too, and I cannot remember what the name of the album was though.
Which I was discussing this with you a little while ago. Was I'm a huge country fan, but like Clint Black's greatest hits was my only one that's on this list because I listened to country on the radio, and I made a lot of mixed CDs with them, but I didn't own a lot of country like albums that I just kept in my CD player that I played over and over again.
I gotcha. Yeah,
because I love country music. I go to country music shows a lot, and I've been to CMA Music Fest in Nashville multiple times, which was some of the greatest time in my life. Me and my wife have got to get there soon, but it's kind of it'll be good. It'll be a good anniversary some year because it's the same weekend as our anniversary.
Okay.
Just got a thought.
Nice.
She's not gonna hear it because she'll never listen.
Yeah, there you go, Cody.
All right, so my number 5 album. Where? Uh-oh.
Do you want me to?
I got it.
Okay.
Another one. This was, I believe, one of the CDs my brother Brian gave me for a birthday present. He took me and got 3 CDs with me, and one of them was the Chronic CD, and which I think he probably would have got in trouble from my parents for getting them for me. But another one of them was Kid Rock's Devil Without a Cause.
Okay.
I love that album. I listen to that all the time, and like I gained a friendship from that one. And me and one of my former bosses went to Kid Rock a few years ago at the State Fair because of that album.
Okay. Okay, so my number 5, mine are all gonna be country. I'm just gonna, because I do love country music.
I do
number
too.
5, Kenny Chesney, When the Sun Goes Down.
Ooh,
Very good album.
That is a good album.
I mean,
go ahead. I've been listening to like my latest music I've been listening to on Spotify has been a 90s country playlist.
Nice.
Just 90s country. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, like 90. Let's see, when was this? This album I think was 04. So like late, like
okay.
early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
I love that type of country music. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
So you have When the Sun Goes Down. You have I Go Back. There Goes My Life. Cake in the Closet. Just good. Again, love Kenny Chesney.
Kenny Chesney's. I've also seen him live, so he's
nice,
fantastic.
I'm trying to think.
Fantastic.
I haven't seen him live.
So my number 4 is actually a local band, and my parents were in the Card Club in a card club with the parents of two of the members of this band. It was Rearview Mirror, All Lights Off.
Okay.
They never made it big, but they were on the radio for a little while. They had one song that was played a lot on the radio, like local radio at least. I think it kind of started to make it bigger, but there were some issues there that they kind of got screwed over and never took off. But the song that made it that was bigger was In the Beginning. If you get a chance to listen to it, It's fantastic. It's still on Spotify. I just looked it up today. So
okay.
That album is actually their only album on Spotify. They had 3 albums, but that was their best one.
Okay. My number 4, Jason Aldean, My Kind of Party. I do like Jason.
It's a good one too.
But yeah,
Jason Aldean's fantastic.
Yeah, Tattoos on This Town, Dirt Road Anthem, Flyover States, My Kind of Party. He has a duet with Carrie Underwood, the Don't You Want to Stay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, very good album. I listened to that many car rides going. I think it was back from college. I always knew on how many songs it would take to pass. Like I think I went like a time and a half through the album, and that's how it would give me 2.
Nice.
So
yeah. God dang.
Yeah. Hey, just a fun fact, and I will not sing this because don't want to hear me sing it all. I can do like the not the chorus, but both of the first lines from Dirt Road Anthem, like the kind of not the rap or not necessarily rap, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'll have to get you to do that too for me sometime.
Why did I say that? Oh boy.
Yeah. What's actually impressive to me is sometimes like I don't think I know songs very well, and then like they start playing, and then I'm singing along like last night driving home, I was singing along with all my 90s country.
Yeah.
It was great. Okay. Number 3 was God, I actually wore a copy of this CD out and had to buy a second copy of it.
Okay, what was it?
Eminem's The Marshall Mathers LP.
Okay.
I listened to that a lot. I remember getting made fun of once at a wrestling tournament because I was basically dressed like Eminem on the shirt that I had of Eminem on it because I was so obsessed with him.
Nice.
Which actually was a orange shirt like I'm wearing right now. Nice. But I had my hat backwards, but that was I had a Dolphins orange hat at the time. And he's actually going to be doing a tour soon.
Were you the real Slim Shady?
I wasn't. Well, I was the not so Slim Shady.
That's good. That's good. You know, I think he's been sober for a while now too. I think.
Yeah, he has. So he's
cleaned up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 3. This one, it's tough between 2 and 3 here. Number 3, Toby Keith, Shocking Y'all. That's what album I'm going with. So you got I Love This Bar, Whiskey Girl, American Soldier.
Oh, Whiskey Girl. Oh my.
I don't know. Just big 3 to start off with.
Dude, Toby Keith was a legend.
Yes.
He's one that so far he's the only one that you've mentioned that I have not seen live.
Okay.
And I never will, unfortunately, because R.I.P.
Yep.
But God, he was good.
Yep. Okay. Number 2.
And number 2, I don't know why I'm looking, is a band that I've seen live once was 3 Doors Down. Ooh. And their album Away from the Sun.
Okay.
It wasn't their first album. Oh no, not Away from the Sun. Away from Their Sun was the first album I listened to a lot, but 17 Days was the one that was in my my CD player that I listened to over and over and over again.
Okay.
And me and my wife are just talking about going to see them soon. So
see, I do know of 3 Doors Down at least, so I'm kind of proud of myself there. Fun fact: Dale Earnhardt Jr. was actually in one of their music videos. I can't remember what song it was, but he was actually in one of their.
Interesting.
Videos. Yeah. Okay, my number 2. I'm going to stick with Toby Keith here. Toby Keith, Greatest Hits 2.
Nice.
Because How Do You Like Me Now? I want to talk about me. Who's your daddy?
Wanna talk about me? Wanna talk
Got
about
beer for my horses. I love that song so much. Stays in Mexico.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
The music video to that one's fantastic.
Oh, the Stays in Mexico one? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, what was the song where he had a music video where he no.
What? Where you got beat up
God,
in the bar?
he was no, where he was building a wall, like he had a girl tied
yeah.
up and he was building a wall, and he made it look like he locked her in it, and then it turned out he had locked himself in it.
I know this too. When the heck is it?
I know, it's right there, and when it gets said, it's just gonna tick me off. Honey.
Yeah. Oh, I know this too. Oh, this is good.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my number one, which shouldn't be a surprise.
It's a little too late.
A little too. Yep. That's perfect.
Yep, there it is. Okay, sorry.
Thank God.
Yep.
That was one of the greatest music videos. People should look it up.
Yes. Again, Toby Keith, rest in peace.
Legend.
Yes.
Legend. I've listened to a lot of Toby Keith lately.
Well, and that happens a lot after people pass. It's like,
yeah, because like when Chester Bennington died, I listened to a lot of Linkin Park. But Linkin Park did not make my top 5. They probably should have been an honorable mention with their Meteora CD. But my number one, which I would throw in my CD player tonight if I still had a CD, Stained, 14 Shades of Grey. Okay. I listened to that. I know I definitely wore out a CD of it, bought it a second time, and then I put it on an iPod, and I bet that is by far like 8 of the top 20 most played songs are from that album on my iTunes.
Nice.
Now I don't use iTunes, I use Spotify, but they're still used. I still listen to a lot of Stained.
I gotcha. My number one is actually somebody who I have gotten to see play in person. It's Tim McGraw, Live Like You Were Dying.
Oh, fantastic.
I love that album. So many good songs. It starts off with How Bad Do You Want It? Very underrated song. That actually I think they used to play that as not quite the intro, but they used it as an intro to Monday Night Football once. I remember that. And then I just love the lyrics to Live Like You Were Dying. Like I can.
Yeah.
Like they hit hard at times.
That song always made me think of my grandpa.
Same here.
Yeah.
But yeah, love me some Tim McGraw. I'm trying to see if there were any other memorable songs I could say. But,
I didn't really name off songs, but
yeah, my old friend was on there too. It's just a kind of simple melody, but yeah.
Hey, country music, 3 chords and the truth. But that's what they say. Like they play 3 chords and they tell the truth.
Yeah,
that's what country music's made up of.
I got you.
I think obviously I've talked a lot about him, but I think you should give some Aaron Lewis. He's not played on country radio a lot, but Country Boy would be a great song of his that you should listen to. I could give you a list of his songs. He's a fantastic country artist.
What is it?
He's the lead singer of Stained.
No, I know, but what are a couple of his songs?
Country Boy, which he had Charlie Daniels band kind of in it a little bit too. See, what are his more recent ones? He had
that's what I'm trying to see if I've heard of any of these, if I've seen any of these.
I'm just looking up. Am I the Only One is another one that is one of his more recent one. The song that me and my wife danced to at our wedding was Someone. Okay. One of his songs. That's probably one of his lesser known ones, but let's see. I'd say Country Boy is his biggest hit as a country album, with Am I the Only One probably number 2.
Okay.
It says that of his songs, I have 53 liked songs of his on Spotify.
Nice.
Which I definitely think needs to be more. he just has a new album too, so I need to listen to that too. I have to listen to the songs that he's had as singles from that, but not. I haven't listened to them all yet.
So much good music.
So I'm sure I'll.
So much good music.
Oh yeah,
all the way around.
I used to like not think about how much music has meant to me in my life, like, but like it gets you through a lot. Like it just.
I know. Again, and there's always.
I always have to have something going on in the background.
Yeah, no, same here. Whether it be podcast or music, yeah, it has to be something. Or if I'm watching sports, obviously. But
yeah,
and I don't know. You always have those couple songs that are just like, they're the songs that you have to play to kind of get you going. Like if you're just getting ready to like do like, if I'm just doing some cleaning around the house, it's like, okay, you're shuffling through songs until you hear something that's like, yep, now we can rock and roll.
Yeah, for sure. And like, there's songs that'll just hit you and bring you to tears almost instantly. Well, but
it doesn't always seem
again,
like
remembrance to somebody.
Well, and that's the thing. It doesn't always seem like after something like, after a loved one passes away or whatever, you do hear some song on the radio and that just, it triggers it just like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah. So, well, anything else you got for this week's episode?
I do know that fullbacks are people too.
You're dang right on that.
Make sure that if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe.
Comment on my big hat.
Make comments. Like us, follow us, subscribe. I don't know if I've said that yet. Subscribe.
Do you say subscribe?
Subscribe.
Okay, subscribe. Yes. Yes. Give us
and
a 5-star
make fun of
review.
Andy's hat.
Yes. Comment on the big hat here. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, so we'll talk to you next week.
Yep. Have a good night, or whatever time you're listening to this. And yep, we'll talk to you later.
Deuces.